Families impacted by medical negligence gather at the state capitol today, pushing for a measure to lift California's financial cap for malpractice victims. That cap has been in place for nearly 4 decades, signed by Governor Brown in 1975.
It limits victims' compensation for pain, suffering, and loss of quality of life at $250,000. Anjali Hemphill spoke to local families affected, as well as doctors who want to protect the cap.
Just for caring for them alone is expensive. She has to have 24-hour care most of the time now.
5-year-old Malyia Jeffers' life will never be the same after her father says a Sacramento doctor didn't make time to see her 3 years ago until it was too late. An infection spread, forcing doctors to amputate her lower legs and hands.
No one asked for their daughter to not only lose their life, but to lose everything that she was born with.
And to make matters worse, a California law says Malyia's family can get up to $250,000 for their little girl's pain and suffering.
I'm not in no position to fork out millions of dollars for her care the rest of life. I wish I could.
And now families like the Jeffers are supporting a ballot to change current law, which caps the money victims of medical negligence can get. But some argue the 38-year-old cap, known as MICRA, prevents frivolous lawsuits and financially crippling doctors' offices.
Before we had MICRA, we had an increase of meritless lawsuits. We had providers, medical providers, doctors, obstetricians who were having to close their doors.
But victims and their families say $250,000 doesn't make up for someone's life lost or changed forever, and the sacrifices made.
I knew that there's nothing I could do to obviously bring her legs back or her hands back. There's nothing I could do, but I could try to make sure that if it happened to somebody else again, at least they wouldn't have to suffer like I did.
Supporters of the ballot initiative want the amount for non-economic damages to be up to a jury rather than the legislature.